Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of the Becoming You podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about a question I received from one of my current clients. And she sent me a voxer. If you don't know what voxer is, it's an app on your phone. It's like a walkie-talkie, and you literally talk into it. And I get the message on my end and I talk back to you. So it's just like a voice messaging app. You can send pictures, videos, etc. I love it. It's how I keep in touch with my clients in between sessions. And I believe that they get equal amounts of value in terms of coaching and insights and breakthroughs through the voxer support as much as they do with the virtual, live sessions that we have that last 60 minutes. Voxer is one of my favorite ways to support my clients. Anyway, the question that I got was, how do I stop or halt a negative thought loop pattern? So I thought this was such a great question because this is something that we all tend to do. Like we get a thought, whether it's a worrisome thought or a stressful thought or a worst case scenario thought, and we cannot help but break it, stop the thought from coming back as hard as we try. And before we know it, we are spiraling and we're just going down a rabbit hole that we can't seem to dig ourselves out of. And we're feeling worse and worse and worse. And if you're someone who experiences anxiety might kick in at this point. And then you just go to a place that you don't want to, right? None of us want to go there. So she asked, how do I stop a negative thought loop pattern? And so I wanted to give you 3 answers, not 3 different answers, but 3 levels of answers. And so I coined this beginner, intermediate, advanced. And depending on what stage of your personal development journey you're at and how well versed you are with these tools that I'm going to give you, you can use any one of them. So let's start with beginners. So most books and coaches and mindset coaches will give you the answer of replace the negative thought with a more positive thought. And this is where I started, you guys. There is no shame in this. This is where I started. And so this could be something like, I'm not going to get that job. So let's say you went for a job interview, right? And for all intents and purposes, you thought you killed it. You thought you did really, really well. And you were so confident that you were going to get this job. And they told you they'd let you know within a week's time, right? Now, a week's come and gone. It's now approaching the 2-week mark. You haven't heard anything. And you're starting to waver. And you suddenly maybe woke out of bed and your kids were grumpy. Your morning didn't go off to the start that you wanted. And all of a sudden you find yourself thinking, crap, maybe they haven't called me because they've already given the job to someone else. Maybe I'm not going to get that job. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to start all over again. This was the job. This job had 80% of the things that I wanted on my list. What am I going to do? And then you start going down, I hate my manager right now. I've been feeling stuck here, right? So you get the idea. So the thought here is, I want that job and I feel like I'm not going to get the job, right? So the easy beginner thing would be to go, okay, I'm going to start thinking the thought of the job is mine. Of course I've got the job, right? That would be the positive affirmation or the other end extreme of replacing your negative thought with a positive thought. And I say this is beginner because this is a pretty easy tool, right? Replace the negative thought with the thing that you actually desire, right? The thing that you desire is to want the job, is to decide that the job is yours. And so this is a very easy thing to do. Everyone is capable of replacing a negative thought with a positive thought. But this doesn't always work. And I gave this similar answer to my own client, and I gave her the beginner, intermediate, advanced level. And she actually came back to me and she said, yes, in the past, I've tried so many times to replace a negative thought with a positive thought. And I just walk away feeling even more frustrated. It never works. The negative thought always comes back. And I agree with her because this is a surface level tool. This is a surface level application. You're not truly addressing what's happening beneath the thought, which is why replacing a negative thought with a positive thought or a positive affirmation just doesn't quite hit the spot. It doesn't quite scratch the itch, right? But like I said, we all start somewhere. So if this is where you're at, start there. There is no shame in that. The other subtlety of variance to this technique is to, instead of going like swinging the pendulum from feeling really, really bad to now thinking a thought that hopefully will make you feel really, really good. That's a big shift and requires a lot of energy to shift there, which is why it's so hard. I would use a stair stepping effort. And this could even start going into the intermediate level, which is you don't want to go from I'm never going to get that or I want that job to the job is mine, right? Like I fear that the job is not mine to the job is mine. That is not a staircase. That's like trying to go from the bottom of the staircase to the top of the staircase in one big leap, and we're not going to be able to do that. So what you want to do is do a staircase effect of thinking slightly more positive thoughts. So that could look like, okay, I'm really scared that I'm not going to get this job. Well, the practical side of it is that maybe they just haven't made a decision. That's it. Maybe they just haven't made a decision, and that's why they haven't let me know. Even if I don't get this job, there are plenty of other jobs. I know that I am valuable. I know that I am skilled. I know that I am talented. I know that I'm feeling scared right now. I know that I'm capable of securing another role that's similar to the one that I went for, right? You see what I mean? This is a staircase effect of getting to a better place. You're not saying that job is mine, but you're starting to have self-talk that's making you feel better and starting to get you out of that spiral. And so the staircase effect is much more effective than trying to take one big leap from the bottom of the staircase to the top of the staircase. So the intermediate level is to dig a little bit deeper, because thoughts are not just standalone thoughts, right? Thoughts always come with emotions and feelings. We're not robots. Every thought we have, without a shadow of a doubt, causes us to feel an emotion. That's why positive thoughts help us feel good. That's why negative thoughts help us feel bad, right? Because there's an emotion that's associated with it. When we are saying things like, I'm never going to get that job, the thought is associated to unworthiness. That thought is associated with the feeling of, I don't deserve it. So it's undeservingness, right? That thought is associated with, there's not enough to go around, which is lack. So every thought has one or multiple emotions attached to it. So in the intermediate level, what you want to do is ask yourself, when I think this thought, what emotions and feelings come up, or what emotions and feelings are attached to it? And when you locate that emotion, or you're able to put a label on it, it could be multiple, it could be just one. Just start with one. And I want you to sit with that emotion. When I say sit, I literally mean sit, like sit with the feeling of like, I feel really sad that I might not get this job. Sit with the sadness. Just sit with it. Don't do anything with it other than just be with sadness. It's like, think of your child, maybe when they're scared, right? And you want to give them the space to feel their feelings without trying to take their fear away. Most of us want to jump in and rescue them and take their fear away. But we would actually be doing a much better, not better job as a parent, but we'd be doing them a disservice by trying to rescue them every time they have tough emotions. Instead, you want to show them, hey, I really care about what it is that you're feeling right now, but I'm not going to rescue you. Would be to just sit there with them as they're trying to figure it out, as they are crying, as they are feeling scared. The physical feeling of just having a parent sit right next to you with unconditional love and acceptance as you work through difficult things is invaluable, because what you're telling your child is, I trust that you have the capability and the capacity to figure out what's happening. I am here to support you. You are not alone, but I completely trust that you have what it takes to navigate this very tough challenge. And so what you're really helping them do is build trust and belief in themselves, and helping their brain regulate what's going on, right? Helping their body and their mind regulate and adjust to what's going on while letting them never feel alone. That together is just a potent formula for helping your kids grow and expand. Okay. So that is a bonus tip from this episode. So what you want to do is sit with your tough emotion of feeling of just sadness. All you're doing is sitting with it. And then asking yourself, why do I think this thought? Right? Why am I thinking this thought that I am not going to get this job? Right? And there's a story attached to that. There are always stories attached to things we're trying to predict. If we feel things are not going our way, and if we are panicked and we are feeling constricted, restricted, we're feeling lack and scarcity, there is always a story that we are playing out in our heads. You might not know what the particular story is, but you're playing out that pattern because your mind believes this has happened so many times in the past and it's going to happen again. So let's just predict the worst so we can protect ourselves against the worst. By worrying, your mind is making you believe that it's going to hurt less when you get the bad news, right? It won't. I'm here to tell you, it won't. It will hurt just as much. But what you've just added to it is the worry and like lengthening the process, right? Your mind believes that it's better to hold your breath until the bad news comes and then you can exhale rather than telling you it's safe to breathe as you wait for the news. Okay. So you want to ask yourself, what are the emotions I'm feeling? Why am I telling myself the story? Or where is the origin of this story? Right. I told you there were different levels to this. And then when you have the story of, is it the truth? Right? Ask yourself, is this a truth? That is such a powerful question. Is this the ultimate truth? Is it true that just because this company hasn't called you when they said they would call you, that you did not get the job? Is it true? No, there could be a million other possibilities why they've not given you a call. And I'm going to give you one reason right here why. That was a time I was in this exact same situation. I'd gone for a job. I didn't even think I was qualified for the job. They were super interested in me. And at the end of the interview, they gave me all the signs that the job was going to be mine. And then they told me they will be in touch with me within 2 weeks. 2 weeks came and went. A month came and went. And I was in that place of like, crap, I don't think I got the job. Like they've forgotten about me. And I kid you not, about 2 to 3 months after, they gave me a call out of the blue and they said the job was mine. And they'd just been like wrangling internally to create the position and to get all the paperwork together to offer me the role. They were just scrambling on their end to make all the things happen, to push all the pieces into place so that they could, create this job and this title and all of this stuff for me. I couldn't believe it. 3 months I waited, right? So there are always other explanations and possibilities as to why things are not happening as quickly or things are not going your way or turning out the way you want it. We always assume the worst. It never is. So ask yourself the question, is this thought the ultimate truth? Is the thought that I'm having the ultimate truth, unequivocal, unshakable truth? The answer most of the time will be no. And then what if you just became a witness to your thoughts instead of participating in your thoughts? And what I mean by witness is to stand back and observe the drama that's playing out internally and not participating in it anymore, just watching yourself spiral. This is such an effective thing of telling yourself, there's a shitstorm happening inside of me and I'm just going to stand back and watch myself have this shitstorm, right? And that is so powerful because you can still have the drama play out, but also be the observer of the drama and understand this is just drama that's happening and I'm not going to participate. And then asking yourself, what are the things I'm assuming, right? By having these thoughts, because thoughts are usually based on certain assumptions, and the assumption is, I know exactly what's going on, right? Like you assume that you're not good enough. You assume that things like this always happen to you. These are all assumptions. These are not truths. Okay, so that's the intermediate level. It's a lot of going in many, many, many layers deeper than just a thought. So you see how we have now not even talked about what do I do with a thought? What you're doing is getting curious with a thought, asking it, what are the stories you're trying to tell me? What are the emotions that are coming up? We're sitting with those emotions and letting them pass. So we're just allowing our thought to have the meltdown. right? That's all we're doing is giving it the space for the meltdown so that the meltdown will eventually calm down and pass, right? The final level, the advanced level, is to take it even deeper. And when you have like determined the emotion or the feeling that you have, it's then to ask yourself, what are the physical sensations associated with this feeling? This is really advanced, you guys, because most of you listening to this are not connected to your bodies. And you have a really difficult time understanding what kind of emotion you're having. Like, what's the thought, what's the emotion associated with the thought? I had a hard time figuring that out for many, many, many years. Like, I just know the thought upset me, but I didn't know why because I couldn't link it to the emotion that I was feeling. And then to take it even deeper of how does this emotion feel in my body? Like, I didn't even know that was possible. I was like, what? You feel emotions in your body? Emotions are not just things that you think about. No, emotions are things you feel in your body. Emotion is energy in motion. So it's really like energetic pockets of what's happening in your body. So for me, sadness feels heavy in my chest, right? When I feel like the power to speak has been taken away from me, it feels like a blockage in my throat. What else? Shame feels like a kick in the stomach for me. So it's an instant, like a shrinking and a restriction and a clenching. That's what shame and fear feel like for me. So I'm sure if you think about it, like you probably know what anger feels like in your body. For me, anger feels like heat rising from my chest up to my neck. And it feels also like jaw clenching. That is also anger for me. So for each one of us, there's a unique signature on what certain emotions feel like in our bodies. And so associate when you have a negative thought loop, what is the emotion and what is that emotion? What is the sensation, the physical sensation connected with that emotion? All emotions have sensations in our physical bodies. And if you slow down enough, you will know what that feels like for you. And so when you locate the physical sensation, you want to ask it, what do you need me to know? Right? What do you need me to know? And what do you need? Right? The physical sensation is trying to communicate something with you, like take notice of me, pay attention to me, right? It's trying to tell you a story of like, we're not safe, we're being rejected, we don't belong, there's not enough to go around. So it's trying to tell you, it's sending the alarm signal, right? And your job is to listen and then also look beyond it for the truth. Because if you've been listening to me long enough and been following this podcast long enough, you know that every thought that is based in fear and lack and scarcity is a lie that we tell ourselves. The universe is an abundant place and we all have access to everything that we want in any given moment. It is our belief that blocks us from accessing it, right? So when you ask that physical sensation of like, what do you need me to know? It might tell you a really fearful thing, but your job, right, is to listen to it with unconditional love and acceptance, like you would a scared child that says, there's a monster in my room and I don't want to go to sleep, but looking beyond it for the truth. The truth is the child is scared. The child might have seen a TV show or read something that put these images in their head. But you also know that they have extremely vivid imagination and they have a valid reason for being scared, right? It's completely valid. You're not going to invalidate their experience because we all know what it was like to be a little kid and believe that there were monsters in the closet that were going to come out and get you. So we don't want to invalidate the experience. We want to understand and empathize and have so much compassion and patience for that part of ourselves. But also as the adult between, the child and you know the truth. The truth is there are no monsters. It's all in that child's head, right? It's all in that child's imagination. So you as an adult are mature and have the capacity to look beyond the illusion and the story that the child is telling you. So in the same way, when you locate the physical sensation of this emotion, Your higher self, which is the adult in this conversation, always has the ability to see the truth beyond the stories and the illusions that your scared self is telling you, right? That physical sensation is telling you, which is, I'm scared that I'm not enough. I'm scared that I'm going to be stuck forever. I'm scared that I am not going to have enough. And so for you to step back and give that part of you, that physical sensation, what it needs, which is love, space, comfort, okay, and understanding. Just being with that physical sensation of, I hear you. I sense that you are scared. And breathing into that space with light and love and just listening to it, listening and letting it be. Okay. So that's the advanced level. And I also want you to notice that the beginner level is the quickest, right? Quickest in terms of, I want to go from here to here. Bam, bam, right? The intermediate level asks you to slow down and think about the emotion and the stories associated with it, etc. So it takes a little bit longer. Whereas the advanced level, it requires you to be completely still so you can tap into those physical sensations and ask and understand, right? When you use this particular method on a child to calm them down, which is letting it play out for as long as you need to, right? That method takes the longest. And as a parent, we're like, oh my God, can you just get this over with and move on already? That child, what we're doing is cutting short their experience of feeling their emotion, right? So when we try to, like when a child is in the middle of a tantrum and we just say, just stop it right now, we are cutting short like the process that they're trying to go through to get to the other end on their own timeline. We are rushing them by telling them to stop it and calm down, right? If we actually had the capacity to tolerate the discomfort, you would allow that child to experience the full breadth of their emotions so that they can come to their own calm space, which always happens, always. I've tried it both ways with my kid who tends to have really, really intense emotions. I've tried to cut it short and try to push back and blow back with anger and force and shouting, right? And it doesn't work. He pushes back just as hard. And there are times I've said, this is going to take as long as it's going to take. And I'm just going to be here while this whole thing plays out. It might take, twice as long or 3 times as long. But our connection at the end of it is so powerful, is so much deeper and stronger. Because he knows that I was there with him unconditionally to love him through it. And so in the same way, when you are having a negative thought loop pattern, not rushing the process, being completely patient with yourself and watching the spiraling go down while tuning into your physical sensations and asking those sensations, what do you need me to know? And what do you need from me to feel safe and loved right now? It's a much longer process. It is so much more nuanced, and it takes a lot more practice and trust in each other, right? So, okay, so this whole episode completely channeled through me in terms of comparison to like how we deal with the child that's melting down versus you yourself having a negative thought loop pattern and melting down. There are so many similarities in how we parent ourselves through it. And I'm freaking proud of this episode. So there you have it, folks. That is the beginner, intermediate, advanced level. And know that the advanced level is going to take the longest when you are first starting out. For me, now I always go to the advanced level. And some days I'm able to figure it out quickly and stop the thought loop pattern. And some days I have to go to a breathwork session to move through it, right? We can't always, this is why being in touch with your emotions, and I always say having an intimate connection with yourself is so powerful, because then you become the medicine to every single thing that you're going through in life. You become the medicine to I don't want to say fixing, but like calming down any life challenge that comes your way. You don't have to look for anyone else. You don't have to look for anyone to come save you. You are your own rescuer and savior, because you have these incredible tools to tend to your wounds, to tend to the pain, to tend to the suffering. You can do it. You can become a master at this. All right. I love you guys so much. As always, I am inviting you to book a 30-minute Reclaim My Confidence call with me. This is for you if you are sick and tired of your own BS and your excuses, and you feel really, really stuck. Like in 2022 was the same, 2021 was the same. Maybe you're making incremental changes to your life, but there is a part of you that deep down believes I am capable of more. I know there is more to my life than this. There's a part of you that deeply, deeply knows that to be true. And you just need guidance and help to meet that part of yourself, that feels, that knows there is more meaning and connection and richness and juiciness to life. Like, book a call with me. Let's talk and see whether reclamation is a good fit for you. If it is, I'll invite you at the end. You get to decide a yes or a no. If it's not, I'm going to let you know that too, because I don't want anyone working with me that's not a good fit, because I want my clients to get fantastic results. And if I don't believe I can help you, then I simply won't invite you. All right. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next episode.